In early 2016, Gossamer gear changed the way their frame structure fitted into their Mariposa and Gorilla rucksacks. This video is to show you the differences and how to fit a 2016 belt correctly. This is a 2015 pack. This is a 2016 pack. There are some subtle differences between the packs, but that's the subject of a different video. Let me first of all show you where the subtleties are as far as the belt's concerned. Now, going over to the separate camera, I'll remove the back pad, and if I can show that here, you can see the frame runs down the tube on the inside of the pack and continues all the way to the base of the pack at the bottom of the frame. And in the 2015 pack, you would just slide your belt in through the side slot here, and it would velcro to this pad at the center at the back. The 2016 pack is slightly different, and when it arrives to you, you will need to understand what you need to do to fit the belt correctly. Let me just show you the difference between the packs. So, on the 2016 pack, again removing the back padding, try and show this as best I can. You can see the tubing here where the frame runs down the inside of the pack, and then in actual fact there is a tiny hole here. There's two of them obviously for the stay itself, left and right. There's a tiny hole here where the frame exits the pack, exits the back frame, and then slots into a corresponding socket on the belt. The same Velcro pad is there. And here's a 2016 belt, and as you can see it has two slots there, one there and one there, for the frame to slide into. The trick is to assemble the frame into the pack correctly, and to do that you'll need a piece of card and a biro or something similar of a similar shape. If I just explain to you the principle first of all, what we need to do is we need to just make a minor alteration inside the pack using the biro so that it enables the frame to pop straight out of that hole. Currently, when you put the frame into this slot, it will continue down the inside of the pack, which is obviously not where you want it to be. You want the frame to exit there correctly so it slots into the belt. Okay, so what do we do? Well, the first thing we do is actually remove the component parts of the pack, and that is the back pad and the frame. When the pack arrives, the frame will be just loose inside the pack. And then you need to turn the pack inside out. Okay, so here you can see where the frame channels are running down the inside of the pack. This is the inside of the pack, remember, and as you can see, the hole there would allow the frame to pop straight out and appear on this side of the rucksack, which we don't want. We want it on the other side of the rucksack. So in principle, what we have to do is take our biro and work this tab through this hole, which is here. Just get this biro in here to show you where it is. There you go. And so there's the hole there. Now, what you have to be careful of on both these holes is there is a very fine thread which runs along the stitching along the bottom of the pack here. If you can, try not to break the thread when you do what you need to do. The reason being that the thread forms part of the structure of this stitching. Okay, so in principle it's fairly simple. We just need to, let's get this on the camera so clearly. So we just need to take the first tab and poke that through the hole. You don't want to rush this. It'll just give yourself a few moments to do it. It is very, very straightforward. It's just don't rush it. Okay, so you can see we've got the tab through there, and we're just easing the webbing through the hole as well. And just poke that through there like that. and that is now through that hole. So I'll just show you on the close-up there, the webbing has now gone through the hole. If I compare that to this one, which needs to be done, as you can see, that just needs to be tucked and passed through the hole there. So I'll just do that now. Got one poke through, and then poke the webbing through as well. And I think you can just see that going through there now. So what we've done now is obviously taken that webbing tab, so where the frame exited there, it'll now exit on the other side of the hole, which is exactly where we want it to be. So next thing to do is reverse the pack, put it back the right way around, and I'll pop the frame in. You can see it exiting. Just see here, look at the bottom there by the Velcro, there's the tab coming through there, and that one coming through there as well. And so now when I take the frame and pop the frame through, you can see it appearing at the bottom there through the tabs. So that's where we want it to be. And obviously that's the Velcro pads. We now want to get those inside the belt. So first things first, when the belt arrives, this stitching is going to be very, very tight. So what I would suggest, the first thing you do is pop these in here and just make sure they fit nice and neatly first of all. Now, as you can probably recognize, you've got two things going on at the same time here. You're putting the frame in, you've also got this big Velcro pad, and trying to adjust the belt to put the belt in the right place and get the frame into the appropriate slots can be a little bit of a trick. The secret is this bit of card. So what you're doing with this bit of card is basically laying it between the Velcro like so that you can actually move the belt around at the bottom of the pack to where you want it to be, and when you're happy you just slide that out the way and the Velcro then sticks. Okay, so let's now do exactly that. We take the frame, we push the frame down to the exit point. You can see the exit points there. We take our piece of card, we put our card over the Velcro to stop the belt gripping. We then have the belt, make sure the belt is the right way up, slide that through the sides as you would do on previous models. And pull that through. So we're doing three things at the same time here. We're sliding the belt in, we're trying to keep the card in place so the Velcro doesn't grip, and we're also trying to line up the holes. If I turn it around that way, you can perhaps see what we're doing here. So you've got the Velcro down here, you've got the cardboard there to just stop it sticking, you've got the Velcro here. We've then got these two slots, there's one slot there and one slot over there, and we then have the frame. So we put the frame into the slot there, put the frame into the slot here, and just give it a little bit of a shove to make sure it has stayed in, which it hasn't. It has on that side, right. So that frame, I've just pushed it down from the top here. That frame is now down tight. I know it's down tight because the Velcro tab on the top here will sit over the top and down on that Velcro tab. In other words, there's nothing now, there's no exposure. This frame is down tight against the top of the frame. So obviously that is located in the correct position. At the other end, where we want the belt to be, the belt is now located in position and the frame is dropped into the slots. We can now slide out the Velcro card, the Velcro grips, and bingo, we've now got our frame fitted. There's one important thing to take into account when you're ordering your belt for the Gorilla or the Mariposa pack, because the frame, let's just slots down here, but because the frame slots in here, which is about half an inch to an inch away from the side of the Velcro, and half an inch to an inch to the side of the Velcro there. When the belt wraps round you, obviously the belt will only wrap as far as where the frame is located. Beforehand, the belt would curve here on the actual, get my hands out of the way, on the actual hinge of the stitching. But now there's another 3/4 of an inch both sides, which reduces the belt down. In other words, if you are a 34 waist, for example, I was a medium belt beforehand where the belt hinged here, but in actual fact, because of the new frame fitting, I've had to go up a size of belt. So I've now gone to a larger belt, even though my waist is still the same size. In other words, you're losing 1.5 to 2 inches on the circumference of the belt. So take that into consideration when you order the belt. In other words, making sure you don't get too small a belt. And what would happen is the pocket would be further around the side of you rather than actually probably where you want it, just to forward of the hips. It's been a tricky one to explain. Watch this video a couple of times and you'll find it's very straightforward, and I hope it has been of help to you. There is another video which will be available related to the 2016 Gorilla and Mariposa packs, which may show you the differences between that and the 2015. Very, very subtle, very, very minor, but the biggest one obviously is the belt. And the final thing is, a 2016 belt will fit a 2015 pack, but not the other way around, because as you can see, the frame exits from the back and it needs a socket to slot into. So there you go, that's how to fit the 2016 hip belt into a Gossamer Gear Gorilla or Mariposa pack. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please, if you're watching this on YouTube, press the subscribe button up in the corner and join us for future releases. Or better still, pop along to the Outdoor Station website. A link is just below, and you can put some feedback in any comments there. And we can also let you know directly when we've released some new material and some of the exciting developments coming soon for outdoors people everywhere. Thanks for watching.